Welcome to our last PTV episode of the season. I'm Royce Turner.
And I'm Amber Sadler. As the school year wraps up, projects are getting completed. Last week, students displayed several projects at this year's open house. Take a look.
PHS students put their artwork on display at this year's open house.
It's been a great experience so far this evening. We've had a really nice crowd. We've never really had one period of time where we were just overwhelmed with people, but we've had a definite steady flow throughout the evening, so it's been great. Seen a lot of grandparents, a lot of parents, but then some just friends and neighbors as well too, and some people in the community that don't necessarily have a student here. And I think that's great because that gives them an opportunity to see some of the products that we've created this year and to just get a chance to be in our building. So we've really enjoyed that part of the evening.
Students' hard work throughout the year has led up to open house.
For a full year of effort, there needs to be some reward, and this is the best way we can do it, I think, is to have an open house to just showcase everybody's work. And if you look around you, it's pretty easy to see they've worked hard. It's good stuff.
Parents enjoy the opportunity to see their kids' hard work showcased.
It's a great idea for the opportunity for all the students to show what they've accomplished and for other people to see what can be accomplished during the school year.
For PTV, this is Alyssa Fossett.
Senior confession in 4th grade, I actually drooled through 42 pages of my social studies book.
So I brought snacks every day, every single day, and I ate them in every class until I met Pocket Beer. And she said no snacks. So my life is basically over.
Okay, so at Chicken Inn, I used to work like a lot during the summer. And I was in Dairy Queen one time, my dad called me and I answered, I was like, Chicken Inn, Miss Angela, how may I help you?
Okay, so one time there was like the middle school track meet here, and Miller had a sub, and in her lesson plans it said for me and Angela to come down to the track. So like we just left school and we were like leaving the track and we got called up to the press box and they were like, you just left school without checking out and there's people looking for you. And so like we came back up and we just went through the kitchen door. We got in a lot of trouble for that.
So one time, me and Jane and Angela wanted to do a senior skip day, so we went to Kansas City and we were going to go to a Royals game. Jaden almost killed us. Like, we went to Kauffman Center instead of Kauffman Stadium 3 times and went down the wrong road 3 times.
Students in a variety of activities are also showcasing what they've worked on throughout the year. Our amendment group recently held their benefit. Here's a recap.
Singing through the decades and expressing the theme I Lived, the amendment performed their annual benefit.
We've put a lot of effort into this. Just to see our finished product come to life is a wondrous thing, and getting to perform in front of this amazing audience is wonderful.
I feel like this is something we've been preparing for all year. They've really worked hard on multitasking through contests and all the different things going on at once. I feel like they've really crammed here at the end, and we had a lot of evening sessions, and that's how we got ready.
A few years it was kind of crazy. This year's been really, really good. Mrs. Pinkerton's really great. This one we had a lot more costume changes, so it was interesting to like get done with a song and just have to run back there and like strip into black clothes and then run back there and get back into our dresses. It was just really fast.
I'd have to say my favorite song to perform is either Briefcase Full of Blues or Charleston, just because those are dances that I don't normally do and they are fun to learn and fun to do. My solo was inspired actually by a good friend of mine who really liked that song. She said she'd always wanted to hear it sung by one of her friends, and sadly she wasn't able to make it, but it just felt good to sing something that they wanted instead of something that I wanted.
My favorite song was Me and Jack's duet, just because it was super silly and the whole crowd just loved it. One day in class we were just talking about everybody having to do a certain like special something, and I was trying to get Jack to do all these silly things and he wouldn't do anything, and he's like, if I do something it's gonna be beautiful. So I was like, okay then, do Summer Nights with me. And then we didn't talk about it for like 3 months, so I didn't even know if we were doing it until like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I think it went really well. It's really difficult to sing and dance for 2 hours straight, and it takes a lot of stamina, and they made it, and I'm really proud of them.
For PTV, this is Samantha Pruitt.
Our band also recently hosted their final concert of the year. Let's see how that went.
The high school concert and jazz bands took to the stage for the last time of the school year.
Concert went really well. I squeaked a few times on the first song with my saxophone, but everyone did really great, and it was cool that the ensembles got to play, and they do a really cool job, and I always loved the drum ensemble.
Oh, the band kids just played outstanding. Everything that they've learned when we was learning the songs, they put it all together tonight in their performance. Did a super job.
Seniors look back on their years in band with fond memories.
I've been in band since 5th grade, so starting off 5th grade, and I wasn't even all that crazy about it when I first started out, but I stuck with it, and now I'm here. It's kind of hard to believe that next year I'm not going to be coming back here and playing in the pep band or anything.
It's honestly really sad that this is my last concert, definitely going to miss these little get-ups.
This being my last band concert is really sad because it just brings back all sorts of memories from concerts, from when we could barely play hot cross buns to now we're playing really extravagant concert songs, and I actually learned how to play the saxophone, so that's been fun. So it's just cool to look back and see how far we've progressed as band members.
For PTV, this is Sydney Redinger.
Not only did our music students perform in their last concerts, but some of them also competed at state. Here's that report.
The PHS Amendment and Band went to Gypsum for state contest. For many, competing in state wasn't just a one-time deal.
I've competed in state for 3 years. 2 years for saxophone solo, and then 1 year in the drum ensemble.
I think this was my 3rd year at state, I believe.
The years of work paid off, as music students scored well, including first division ratings for the percussion ensemble, Jack Pockebeer's trumpet solo, and Cole Wenzel's tuba solo.
For PTV, this is Danica Hanchett.
Speaking of state, both forensics and journalism students competed at state competitions last weekend. Before heading off to state, the forensics students performed for the public in this year's forensics showcase. Take a look.
You're a pirate?
To help make forensics great again, the forensics team hosted a showcase of state-qualified performances.
Hold me, Paul! Hold me! No, I can't! Oh, come on, we're considered people!
This year, the team qualified 25 entries for state competition.
Well, I qualified for 3 events, and I'm taking humor solo, and prose.
Hi!
Sit, Charlie.
What are you doing? We're playing cards. That sounds like fun. Can I play too? Nah, you can't.
At State Forensics, I'm performing a duet with Kate Still.
Episodes of Just Desserts, we'll be training how to make puff pastries, souffles, crepes, and Napoleons. And today's an American classic, cupcakes with 3 types of icing.
At state, I'm competing in my serious solo and in my humorous duet with Macy Whitmer.
Continue to spend the night tonight! I know it's a school night! What, does she think you're a moron or something?
Several forensics members accomplished their goals for the season.
My main goal was to qualify in something that I loved doing, and I really enjoy the pieces that I'm doing for state.
Well, a goal I have every year is make it state. Did that. So maybe make it finals at state in something, or just semifinals.
One special goal was achieved at state when Maggie Momberg took first in informative speaking.
Go Phillipsburg!
And your informative state champion is Maggie Momberg.
Maggie also placed 6th in impromptu, and Kirk Coombs placed 6th in poetry. Other semifinalists were Sam Pruitt, Macy Whitmer, Jocelyn Gibson, and Jack Pockabeer. The team placed 5th.
Oh, drat. Dang nabbit, shut the front door, we're almost done.
For PTV, this is Haley Bruner. Also, our journalism students competed at their state contest and placed 2nd as a team. It's good to be a Panther.
During this time of year, it seems especially difficult to concentrate on schoolwork.
I agree. It's hard to sit still and listen when all you can think about is summer break. However, some students are finding a new, unique way to help control the urge to fidget in class. Take a look.
The next annoying thing for teachers is here, the fidget spinner.
I believe that they were originally created to help with people who like fidget around in class. So basically it's just ball bearings and weight proportioned, and they spin really fast. That's it.
Well, like, I'm not sure who made them, but like they're supposed to help kids with ADHD, concentration problems, stuff like that, ADD. But I just bought it something to mess around with to keep my hands busy.
I just saw them at Love's and then wanted one. Parents wanted to buy me one, and my friend gave me his.
They were all over Twitter, and then I noticed people were starting to get them here, and I decided that I thought they were pretty cool, so I ordered one. They're pretty cheap, and yeah.
I saw them on the internet. I saw them on Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that.
Yeah, it helps me concentrate. It gives me, sometimes I'll just get bored because I'm done with what I'm doing, and then it just helps me finish out class.
Well, a lot of times in class I'll see if I can annoy some people and click my pen or tap my feet or something, but then that became a habit. So then this really helped me get out of those habits, and it was a little less annoying than making noises, and they're usually pretty quiet.
It gives me something to do. It keeps me, I don't know how, but it keeps you concentrated. Like if you're writing and it's like that, you're not tapping and annoying other people.
Well, I can balance it on all my fingers. For the most part. And I started being able to toss it from hand to hand, but I'm having trouble with that. That's about it.
I can toss it up in the air and catch it.
For PTV, this is Ethan Fike.
One time in Spanish class, Connor Wyman, we were like trying to drop it low together, and I dropped it a little too low and split my pants down the crack.
Okay, so one time at cheer practice, I accidentally kissed Kinsey Ratliff. Like, it was an accident. We went to catch somebody, and then like her lips were there, and then my lips were there, and it was just not good.
Senior confession, in 6th grade, I was reading the Bible with my sister Jennifer, and Riley slammed Fallon into the screen door, and it fell on me.
One time my dad and I, we were working cows, and we went into Chicken Inn for lunch, and they're like all farmer guys sitting behind me, and I'm like ordering and like leaning over the counter, and I go and sit down, and I'm like, oh, my butt's kind of cold, so I reached down and touched it, hole, just on my butt, so I had to walk back out with a hole on my butt.
Now it's time to pass this episode on to our other senior anchors.
Here are Alyssa and Tanner.
Thanks, Royce and Amber. Although classes are basically done, our sports teams are still competing. In our sports report, we'll focus on events that were hosted in Phillipsburg. So let's first take a look at track.
Although the PHS boys placed 5th and the girls placed 7th at our invitational, several athletes continue to improve.
My goal for this meet was to PR in everything, which didn't happen, but I PR'd in 2 out of 3 of my events, and it worked out.
We had some that performed very well. We had some that didn't perform as well as we'd like to, but everybody gave their best effort today, and I'm satisfied with that.
Freshman Jacob Sisson placed 4th in the 800 and hopes to build on that.
I feel like that my first lap was really good in the 800, and I feel like that I need to get my time down on my second lap a little more and just run harder and get everything I have.
Each track meet provides another opportunity for athletes to learn.
It doesn't really matter what lane you're in, because we were in like lane 7 for a 4x1, and we still placed third, so it doesn't really matter a lane or time because anybody can beat anybody on any day. That's what I learned.
We felt like we're gaining week by week and getting better at every practice. Right now we're just going through so many track meets. It's tough to get good quality practices in, but we think we're getting better and our kids are working hard for us. I think we made positive strides today, and we don't expect anything different than that.
For PTV, this is Reiko Kimura.
On Monday, our golf team hosted a meet. Caitlin Freeman has our report.
The Phillipsburg golf team hosted the Mel Schrimmer Invitational Golf Tournament earlier this week.
I played really well. I shot a 69, so that's really good for me. The team did really well at our Mel Schrimmer Invitational Tournament. JC Kellerman shot a 69, which has been one of the top scores that we've ever had at our tournament.
Didn't play some holes like I wanted to. You're always going to have some of those, but I felt like if I could fix those holes that I really screwed up on, then I should be able to play some better golf coming down the road.
It always is nice to play in good weather. It wasn't too windy out, and so there were a lot of low scores.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day for a golf tournament. It was a little windy, but not so much that it affected our shots. But yeah, I thought it was a good day for a golf tournament.
I mean, it's always an advantage when you play on your own course. I was able to know where to play from and how far all of my shots were, so it definitely helped. So, and our guys still had to play well, and they did, and we're looking forward to taking that momentum into league tournament.
For PTV, this is Caitlin Freeman.
Another sport that is getting underway soon is swimming. If you can swim, you can be on the swim team. Here are some reasons why joining would be a good idea.
Want a little more water and a little more pool?
Join swim team.
Want flexible arms like Michael Phelps?
Join the swim team.
Want to have more reasons to use your favorite towel?
Join the swim team.
Want a cool, non-sweaty way to exercise?
Join the swim team.
If you're interested in joining swim team, contact Wyatt Conrad at 785-543-0949 or check out Phillipsburg Piranhas on Facebook.
Several of our PHS athletes were recognized at this year's athletic banquet. Camry Stegmeyer has that report.
The promoter of Phillipsburg High School, ladies and gentlemen, Tad Phillips.
The athletic banquet began by honoring this year's Wall of Fame inductees: Tad Phelps, Roger Jennings, John Elliott, Kristen Johnson Salazar, and Andrew Euban. Then after eating the banquet meal, coaches recapped their seasons and presented awards. Letter winners were also recognized, including Tatum Bartels, who received recognition for lettering in 3 sports for all 4 years of high school. Another top honor was given to seniors Drew Staple and Hannah Hoover for outstanding sportsmanship.
Kind of surprised. I wasn't expecting to get it. There's like a lot of good athletes in my grade that probably could have got it also.
I was pretty honored to receive it, that I got the sportsmanship award.
I think the athletic banquet is a good thing that we have to recognize all the student athletes and all the awards that they get.
I thought it went pretty smooth. The food was really good.
For PTV, this is Camry Stegmeyer.
Speaking of awards, our seniors were also recognized at the final awards assembly held last week. Here are some highlights from that.
Although this senior class was smaller than others, they still accomplished a lot during the year. Activities ranging from forensics to art class highlighted achievements throughout the year. Then several scholarships were presented to seniors.
Locally, we have about 25 different businesses or local community members that give scholarships.
I think handing them out in front of the rest of the school it really shows how many scholarships there are out there, and that if you just do the work, the essays, and all the references and everything that goes with them, they're out there. It's money. You just need to do the work to get it.
Senior Maddie Mathis was one of several seniors who received multiple scholarships.
Today I received a couple education scholarships, a KAY scholarship, the Carol Faith Brungart scholarship, and a Dane citizenship scholarship.
The assembly gives underclassmen something to look forward to.
I believe it's important for the whole school, number one, because the senior class is leaving, and they've been a part of the school for a long time, and the underclassmen are friends with all those people, and it's nice to see them recognized kind of as a senior class one last time before they go on to graduation and move on to their careers in colleges and tech schools of their choice.
PTV, this is Caleb Reed.
Last year in Mrs. Suchn's class, she was my first hour, and I ate this Hot Pocket the night before, and it was a really nasty Hot Pocket. And so the next morning, I kind of threw it up a little bit before school, but I was like, it's fine, I feel fine. So we were sitting in Mrs. Suchn's class, and Rachel Brandon was sitting next to me, and Colton Morgan was across from me. And I burped, and he was like, what was that? I was like, it's fine, it was just a burp. And he was like, oh really? I thought you were gonna puke. And I looked him dead in the eye and just threw up all over my iPad, all down my pants, it went in my shoe. Mrs. Suchlin was so mad. She was like, you broke the #1 rule of my class, no throw up.
My senior confession is that I actually don't bake my pies, I buy them frozen. And I secretly love Tanner Cole. Don't tell anybody. His voice is to die for.
I always knew Maddie had a crush on me. Well, I am Dr. Love, and I do steal everyone's girl. Of course, the day all PHS students look forward to is graduation. Our class graduated 29 seniors. Here's a look at this year's graduation ceremony.
Phillipsburg High School says goodbye to the class of 2017 as they graduated 29 seniors at this year's graduation.
I feel like I'm ready to graduate simply because I want to go to a school where every class I have I'm interested in, and I'm around people that is interested in what I'm interested in.
Seniors may one day miss these years, but right now they're happy to graduate.
Graduation feels great. I feel like I accomplished a big milestone in my life, and my goal has been to reach valedictorian, and I accomplished that, so I feel awesome.
From speech making to hat tossing, this year's graduation created special memories.
My favorite part of graduation was preparing our speech because we spent many late nights at Maddie's house, and we were reminiscing on many memories our classes made.
Probably throwing my hat. Even though the hat I got back I'm not 100% certain was mine, but I think they're all the same.
For PTV, this is Natalie Hughes.
It's a tradition for the PTV seniors to create a farewell song in honor of our class. So here it is.
We have a class not big but proud. Sometimes we're quiet but mostly loud. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Homework for ours has made us cry. Don't know how some of us scrape by. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Class of 2017. Whoa, now we're gonna live the dream. Oh, watch out for us now. This is gonna be a way to say goodbye. Goodbye. This is gonna be a way to say goodbye. Goodbye. We finally made it to the end. This is where our lives begin. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Through the years we are not friends, but graduation is the end. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Class of 2017. Whoa, now we're gonna live the dream. Oh, watch out for us now. This is gonna be our way to say goodbye. Goodbye. This is gonna be our way to say goodbye. Goodbye. We've heard this calling outside our window. It seems it's time to go. The future's burning so bright, and now it's time to take flight. Now it's time to take control. This is gonna be our way to say goodbye. Goodbye. This is gonna be our way to say goodbye. Goodbye. This is gonna be the way we say goodbye. Everybody toss 'em up, everybody up now. This is gonna be our way to say goodbye. Goodbye.
That wraps up another season of PTV. I'm Tanner Cole.
And I'm Alyssa Fossett.
Stay classy, Phillipsburg High.